Hello and welcome to In Depth. I'm Teena Jha. In recent years, India has charted a unique path to digitization, the impact of which is inclusive, empowering and transformative. Today, India is amongst the top 2 countries globally on many dimensions of digital adoption. And by the year 2022, India's digital economy is likely to cross $1 trillion. This was the focus at the India Digital Summit 2019 held in New Delhi. Eminent speakers and dignitaries from across the country participated in the summit to deliberate on what India needs to become a $1 trillion digital economy, the challenges on the way forward, as well as the threats to cybersecurity. Today in Depth, we take a look at the all-round digital growth of India, the thrust provided by the government's Digital India initiative, how the program has led to a digital revolution in the country, and the transformations it has brought about in the lives of citizens. Today, India is making tremendous progress in the field of digital infrastructure. Broadband connectivity is reaching villages. Over 100 crore mobile phones are active in the country. According to a report by Internet and Mobile Association of India, internet data is becoming the tool for service delivery. India's internet services sector is expected to reach $76.4 billion in 2022, up by 44% from its current valuation of $33.8 billion. In this report, let's analyze the digital progress made by India following the launch of the Digital India program. In July 2015, the NDA government embarked on a flagship program to transform India to a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. Called the Digital India program, the initiative is centered on 3 key vision areas: digital infrastructure as a core utility to every citizen, governance and services on demand, and digital empowerment of citizens. Since its launch, significant progress has been made under the Digital India program. In 3.5 years, more than 12,000 rural post office branches have been linked digitally. Electronic transactions related to e-governance projects in the country have increased significantly. In order to strengthen digital infrastructure, 274,246 kilometers of optic fiber connecting more than 1 lakh gram panchayats under BharatNet have been created. There's been a rapid expansion in the network of common service centers, which act as access points for delivery of various electronic services to villages in India. Positioned as strategic cornerstone of the Digital India program, the CSE model has adopted 6 villages in the country in the pilot phase. DigiGaon or Digital Village is conceptualized as a connected village where citizens can avail various e-services of the central government, state governments and private players. These DigiGaons are projected to be change agents, promoting rural entrepreneurship and building rural capacities and livelihoods through community participation and collective action. The digital villages have been equipped with solar lighting facility in their community center, LED assembly unit, sanitary napkin production unit with active participation of Asha and Anganwadi workers, and also Wi-Fi Chopal. The idea behind the project, first announced in the Union Budget 2017-18, is to turn these villages into self-sustaining units. These digital villages have regular CSC services like banking, healthcare, education, financial services, and a host of other services. In financial year 2017-18, the CSCs carried out transactions worth 19,925 crore rupees against merely 182 crore rupees back in 2013-14.
कॉमन सर्विस सेंटर सारे देश में करीब 3,25,000 के करीब हैं और सारे देश में हैं, हर एक स्टेट में है। दी ऑब्जेक्टिव तो ये था कि कम से कम हर एक में पंचायत में एक कॉमन सर्विस सेंटर हो। हमने ऑलमोस्ट सारी पंचायत में एक सेंटर है। जो सर्विसेज हैं वो एक तो गवर्नमेंट की सर्विसेज हैं, कुछ स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की सर्विस हैं जो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट देती है, तो जहाँ जहाँ स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की सर्विस अवेलेबल है वो सिटीजन को वो प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं। कुछ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की सर्विसेज हैं, जैसे स्वच्छ भारत के एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म है, प्राइम मिनिस्टर फसल बीमा योजना है, रेलवे टिकटिंग है, पासपोर्ट एप्लीकेशन है, ये सारे काम भी कॉमन सर्विस सेंटर कर सकता है।
In the last few years, India's digital index has grown tremendously. It rose by 56% during 2014 to 2017, from 18 to 29 on a scale of 1 to 100. This has placed the country second in terms of growth among 17 emerging and mature digital economies, according to McKinsey Global Institute. There's also been a steady rise in the use of internet users in the country in the last few years. Due to increased availability of mobile internet, India has around 300 million daily active users, up from 10 to 15 million daily active users in 2011. At the current pace of growth, the total number of internet users in India is expected to be 650 million by 2020. The sharpest divide in internet penetration is the urban-rural gap. As of December 2017, 64% of urban India was on the internet, while only 20% of rural India.
इंडिया की ग्रोथ स्टोरी में बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले कर रहा है और प्ले करता रहेगा भविष्य में। इसीलिए हिंदुस्तान में हम लोगों ने नियम बनाया है नेट न्यूट्रलिटी का, जो ये कहता है कि भाई डेटा इंटरनेट पे जो भी है उसको एक नॉन डिस्क्रिमिनेटरी ट्रीटमेंट मिलना चाहिए। इंटरनेट को एक ओपन प्लेटफॉर्म हमें रखना चाहिए। आज की डेट में हिंदुस्तान में इंटरनेट के यूज़र्स की संख्या लगभग 45 करोड़ है। 45 करोड़, एक आध करोड़ ज़्यादा कम है, करीब 450 मिलियन जिसको बोलते हैं, वो हमारे इंटरनेट यूज़र्स की पॉपुलेशन है। और हिंदुस्तान में आज डेटा का एक तो प्राइस बहुत घटा है, काफ़ी कम हो गया है। एक प्रकार से कुछ साल पहले आप देख सकते हैं डेटा की कीमत थी 250 रुपया प्रति गीगाबाइट। आज डेटा की कीमत 5 रुपया प्रति गीगाबाइट, 10 रुपया प्रति गीगाबाइट, इस प्रकार से पैक्स के मुताबिक हो गई है। तो डेटा ईजी अवेलेबल हो गया। साथ ही साथ जो डेटा का ट्रांसपोर्टेशन है, हमारे जो नेटवर्क्स हैं, टेलीकॉम नेटवर्क्स, वो डेटा का इतना ट्रांसपोर्ट हमारे यहाँ डेटा हो रहा है जितना कि अमेरिका और चाइना को पुट टुगेदर दोनों को मिला करके देखें उससे ज़्यादा ट्रांसपोर्ट हमारे नेटवर्क कर रहे हैं। तो डेटा का यूजेस काफ़ी बड़ा है। प्रति व्यक्ति डेटा का कंजम्पशन बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ा है, करीब 10 गीगाबाइट या 8 गीगाबाइट, 8 से 10 गीगाबाइट प्रति महीना प्रति व्यक्ति हो गया है।
Besides, the government has also introduced a number of initiatives like digital lockers to share documents electronically. The cloud storage service is now being used by millions of Indians. To enable digital payments, the government launched the Bharat Interface for Money, the BHIM app. As per data from the National Payments Corporation of India, the app was used to facilitate 913 million transactions during the financial year ending 31st March 2018 with a value of 1 trillion rupees. Further, in order to make citizens digitally literate, the Pradhan Mantri Gramin Digital Saksharta Abhiyan was launched. It aims to reach around 40% rural households by covering one member from every eligible household by 31st March 2019. The Digital India initiative is not only creating empowerment but also generating employment opportunities and promoting entrepreneurship. The Digital India initiative is transforming not just the technology space but also contributing to environmental changes. The next generation technologies will help in lowering the carbon footprint by reducing fuel consumption, waste management, greener workplaces, and thus leading to a greener ecosystem. Cloud computing technology minimizes carbon emissions by improving mobility and flexibility. Due to the multiple initiatives of the NDA government to help the country grow digitally, India managed to break into the top 100 of United Nations e-government index in 2018. The comprehensive survey, released once in 2 years, focused on gearing e-government to support transformation towards sustainable and resilient societies. With inputs from Anu Diwan, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
The Indian economy is rapidly converting into a digital economy, with the latter expected to touch the $1 trillion mark by the year 2022. And by 2030, India will be a $10 trillion economy, with half of this accounted for by the digital economy.
India has provided leadership and shown promise in the use of digital technologies over the past 10 years. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's launch of Digital India has played a pivotal role in this direction. The objective of this program is to connect the rural areas with high-speed internet and to provide digital literacy. It has already brought about inclusive growth in the areas of manufacturing, electronic services and job opportunities. Many sectors such as healthcare and education, are benefiting from being linked to the rising digital economy. Apps like Bheem Payment and platforms such as UPI integration are making it easier for people to transfer money. India is at the forefront of driving the global digital revolution. India's economy is rapidly converting into a digital economy, with the latter expected to touch $1 trillion mark by 2022. By 2030, India will be $10 trillion economy, with half of this accounted for by the digital economy. A large part of India's digital journey is now being driven by new trends such as artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things and machine learning. The growth of startups in India is also fueling the digital economy, making the country world's third largest startup ecosystem behind only the US and the UK.
I think India has evolved. If you have seen the statistics being given by RBI, the growth has been phenomenal, and the push by the government on the digital India, the whole amount of payment adoptions, along with the various kind of businesses that are coming online. The growth in digital payments has been phenomenal, to say the least. If you see in India, India has the highest number of payment options in the world, more than 200 plus payment options. So even a small farmer, say in Tamil Nadu, can go to a Tamil Nadu cooperative bank, open a zero balance account, get access to a debit card and a net banking, and make payments. So democratization of payments has happened. There are more than 800 million Indians with an ability to pay now, which has really helped in the growth of this in digital payments. We have seen the numbers coming out of UPI. UPI has further democratized the payments options, where through one single system in a very cost-effective manner, without relying on any foreign payment networks and other things, a person can make payments with it. So overall digital payments growth has been phenomenal, and we hope that the growth keeps going.
The mobile data usage in India, which is already high, is predicted to surge 5 times by 2023. India will further witness a digital diversity in the online audience, taking it from the current $225 million in financial year 2018 to $550 million by financial year 2023. However, India's growing digital economy will impact media and entertainment the most. These are key sectors which can have an impact in fueling the $1 trillion digital economy in India. Fintech sector in India has seen an uptick over the past few years. The digital currency and payment movement took the country to another realm of financial inclusion. Public services sector has been witnessing steady and efficient digital transformation across areas like e-governance and powering essential citizen services online. Healthcare sector is fast catching up to meet the demands of its tech-savvy population. The demand now is shifting to quality and affordable healthcare, much of it being fueled by public-private partnership. Startups are set to play a huge role in addressing areas such as preventive healthcare, analytics, emergency services, and super aggregation platforms. The sector is poised to become one of the world's top 3 healthcare markets by 2020, with an estimated market value of $230 billion. In enterprise and deep technology, India has been consistently witnessing many success stories. Be it in terms of the technology capabilities, market potential or funding, there is no doubt that startups in this sector have made their presence felt globally with their success. The IT services market in the country is set to reach $13.2 billion by the end of this year. Then there is e-commerce and consumer internet. The growth in the internet penetration across the country, along with the rise in the number of people who shop using mobile devices, have been instrumental in spearheading the rise of e-commerce and consumer internet companies in India. India's e-commerce market is set to grow 3 times to surpass $100 billion by 2022. The education sector in India is poised to witness major growth in the years to come, as India will have world's largest tertiary age population and second largest graduate talent pipeline globally by the end of 2020. The internet has bridged some of that gap, and digital platforms have deeply impacted the way we learn, teach, and provide access to educational content. Travel and hospitality is one sector that enjoyed rapid online growth since the early years of this century and continues to do so. This growth can also be attributed to the increase in disposable income, especially among millennials who are changing decades of traditional travel trends. According to IBEF, the total contribution by the travel and tourism sector to India's GDP is expected to increase from $234 billion in 2017 to $492.21 billion in 2028.
If you look at it from the security as per put out by notifications and second factor authentication and all the other methodologies put out by the various regulating authorities has made it very, very safe. It is only a little bit of consumer education that requires that to stop fraud 100%. So what happens is that it's just like if you give your blank check and you put your signature and then say that, oh, I have been defrauded. Like if someone calls you and you give your OTP or you share your card details, then it's consumer education that is what is lacking. Payment options are all very, very simple.
The digital economy is the new productivity platform that some experts regard as the third industrial revolution. However, there are a few challenges to the digital economy growth, including slow rollout of Wi-Fi hotspots. Most small and medium enterprises are struggling to adopt to modern technology. Entry-level smartphones have limited capabilities to allow smooth internet access. Not enough skilled manpower in digital technologies. Lack of user education. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
The Digital India project, no doubt, is a landmark initiative as it embraces all the government machinery and departments in its fold. But implementation of this scheme is a huge challenge before the government. In our next report, let's look at all the challenges faced in effective implementation of the Digital India program.
Digital India, a platform launched by the government where technologies and connectivity merge to make a revolutionary amendment in all aspects of governance and improve the quality of life of citizens. Digital India vision is imperative to propel the country into its next phase of growth, but it has its own set of challenges. Reducing digital illiteracy is one of the biggest challenges before the Digital India program. It is necessary that people know how to utilize the digital services. Security of data is an important aspect because digital medium is still very unsafe and data vulnerability is a big issue, especially in financial transactions. Creating awareness regarding the Digital India scheme among the masses is also a great challenge. India has a very low internet speed. In 2018, India was ranked 109th for the mobile internet speed and stood at 67th for fixed broadband speeds. However, in the same year, India captured the second slot in terms of showing most improvement in mobile data speeds. India lives in its villages. Hence, it needs more amount of funds to meet the cost of infrastructure creation in rural areas than the urban areas. Fear of cybercrime and breach of privacy has also acted as a deterrent in adoption of the digital technology. India needs over 1 million trained cybersecurity professionals by 2025 to meet the demand.
We have the highest number of payment options, a lot of acceptance, a lot of issuance in the market that is going on. Acceptance, yes, there are some challenges. Today, if you see less than 3 million POS terminals in the market, every Kirana does not have a POS terminal. The wallets were doing a good part, but with the new RBI ruling on KYC boarding, so again that's put things back. But we hope that we all players in the digital ecosystem will be able to kickstart it again and keep the growth going.
There are always pros and cons of adopting any new technology. There will always be certain people who will not be able to understand the nuances of how to use properly. So there are safety challenges, but at the same time the benefits are enormous. So we have to find ways in which we can improve upon utilization with caution.
Despite various challenges, the success of Digital India does not rest just with the central government, but the state and the local governments also played an active role. The focus and priorities of Digital India need to be aligned with the larger rural population, while a clear roadmap and with execution of discipline from the centre and the state government will give a much-needed reboot to the program. With inputs from Anu Diwan, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.